and 1 in 5 of our startups are now are in the area of fintech. Also, in terms of growth, in terms of the number of startups being registered on a daily basis, India now is at the forefront. It has the highest number of such growth in the world. We also have startup bridges with over 20 countries, many of which are eager to learn from our startup ecosystem. It's also an inclusive growth that the startup ecosystem has shown, with as many as 50% of our startups in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, and over 47% of them having at least one woman director. The Government of India has tried to provide a combination of seed capital as well as VC investments through the Fund of Funds scheme, which we operate through SIDBI in order to generate momentum and growth for this sector. Also, as part of the Startup 20 engagement group, as part of the G20 India presidency, which concluded very recently, all G20 countries have pledged together to invest over 1 trillion in the startup ecosystem in the next decade. Coming to Gujarat in particular, Gujarat is home to more than 9,000 DPIIT recognized startups, with 43% of the startups having at least one woman director, and as many as 57% of these startups in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. They have created so far 1 lakh plus jobs in the state, and many of them are in the ideation, validation, and prototype stage, which shows that the ecosystem here is maturing. Best of all, Gujarat, in our overall state ranking system for the startups in the country, Gujarat has come first in the last 3 editions of our startup ranking framework, which is a testament to the proactive support being provided to startups by the government of Gujarat. Let me end by saying that I hope you will all keep up the good work, use engagements like this to further your dreams, and through the realization of your dreams, the country will realize its dreams of becoming a developed nation in the next 25 years. Thank you very much for calling me today. All the best.
Thank you so much, sir, for your significant address and also for extending the good wishes. I would with pleasure now request Shri Rajkumar, Chief Secretary, Government of Gujarat, to kindly share his thoughts with us.
Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat, Shri Bhupendra Bhai Patel ji, Honorable Union Minister of State for Skill Development, Entrepreneurship, Electronics and IT, Shri Rajiv Chandrasekhar ji, Honorable Minister, Health and Family Welfare, Medical Education, Higher and Technical Education, Law, Justice, Legislative and Parliamentary Affairs, Shri Rushikesh Patel ji, Secretary DPIIT Government of India, Shri Rajesh Kumar Singh ji, my colleague, Principal Secretary, Technical and Higher Education, Shri Mukesh Kumar, Shri Vanchanidhi Pani, Shri PV Pandya, dignitaries, investors and VC funds, incubators, members of the startup community, exhibitors and dear students, friends from media, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a matter of privilege to address this Startup Conclave 2023. On behalf of Government of Gujarat, I thank you all for being here with us today. It's indeed heartening to see the enthusiasm and the warmth of this esteemed gathering, Startup Conclave 2023, a pioneering odyssey into the future. As we all know, the idea behind startups is to promote entrepreneurship and provide employment opportunities and in turn boost the GDP of the country. The Indian startup industry has tremendous potential for growth and innovation because we have a large pool of skilled workers, manpower, a supportive government and a growing market. With the right support and funding, time and again it has proven that Indian startups can scale up and become global players, contributing to country's economic growth and development. As was mentioned earlier, India has emerged as the third largest ecosystem for startups globally, with over 115,000 DPIIT recognized startups. During last 7 years, we have seen this startup ecosystem has increased in terms of funding by 15 times, 9 times increase in number of investors, and 7 times increase in number of incubators. It's a matter of great satisfaction that our startup ecosystem is as diverse as the country itself. India has recognized startups solving problems in 56 diverse sectors, 13% from IT services, 9% from healthcare and life sciences, 7% from education, 5% from agriculture, 5% from food and beverages, and so on. This Startup Conclave 2023 aims to showcase the power of youth in building an innovative system for Vikasit Bharat at 2047. And it is built around integrated format of hackathon, roundtable with unicorn and VCs, startup exhibition, and startup ecosystem plenary sessions which will be held today. As part of this conclave, the exhibition featuring over 300 innovative startup exhibitors from various sectors will explore the future as we showcase a startup from 10 emerging sectors, offering a glimpse into the next set of big ideas. Also, as has been mentioned, Gujarat has been a land to more than 9,000 startups. As per Startup India, Gujarat has been awarded Best Performer in State's Startup Ranking since last 3 years by Government of India. Since 2017, the Student Startup and Innovation Policy in Gujarat stands as a pioneering initiative in the country, fostering a unique ecosystem for young minds. As the first of its kind, this policy has played a pivotal role in encouraging students to actively engage in research and innovation, providing platform for their entrepreneurial aspirations. This international event will connect our state with the country and the world, proving to be a landmark for bringing together startup investors, angel networks for exchange of ideas and opportunities. Let me also do some reality check. Though startups like Flipkart, Paytm represent success stories of our startup ecosystem, but we should also acknowledge the fact that against each success, there have been several failures. According to business owners, reasons for failure include either lack of money, being in the wrong market at the wrong time, lack of research, bad partnerships, ineffective marketing, and not being an expert in the sector that a startup aims to come up with the business. In this background, I should say that Government of India and our state government have taken steps to facilitate startup entrepreneurs by easing regulations and minimizing costs and risk to the extent possible. For instance, companies which are registered with DPIIT, they are entitled to receive numerous benefits. DPIIT handles these startups by simplifying their compliances, legal and operational processes. These startups are also exempted from capital gains and income tax if they fulfill the required criteria. Government of Gujarat has also set up incubators like iHub and iCreate, and also provides grants and workplaces to reduce the cost up to the stage of proof of concept and sometime beyond it. In addition, our effort has been to connect with VC funds, and besides this also we have set up Gujarat Venture Funds Limited to provide financing to budding startups. Before I conclude, I would like to congratulate winners of New India Vibrant Hackathon 2023 and look forward to the declaration of the winners of Investors Pitch. Also, let me welcome you all to visit Gujarat for 10th edition of Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit 2024, which has been scheduled from 10th, 11th and 12th January 2024 at Mahatma Mandir, Gandhinagar. This summit will showcase Gujarat's distinctive accomplishments, strengths across sectors, and its preparedness to lead the vision of Vikasit Bharat at 2047. Alongside the summit, Vibrant Gujarat Global Trade Show will also take place, and it will focus on business matchmaking, networking, B2B interactions, and events such as buyer-seller meet, MSME conclave would be of immense relevance. We are open to explore innovative ideas of investments work collaboratively to create new opportunities to improve the socio-economic well-being of our citizens, as well as seek your inputs, feedback, and concerns regarding investments in Gujarat. We look forward to the opportunity of hosting you in Gujarat at the 10th Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit 2024. Thank you. Jai Jai Garvi Gujarat. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful address and warm wishes. आज हमारे साथ उपस्थित हैं माननीय मंत्री श्री ऋषिकेश पटेल, गुजरात सरकार। आइए बहुत उत्साह के साथ उन्हें उनके संबोधन के लिए आमंत्रित करते हैं।
आज के कॉन्क्लेव में उपस्थित गुजरात के हमारे सबके मार्गदर्शक मुख्यमंत्री आदरणीय भूपेंद्र भाई पटेल साहब, केंद्र से टेक्नोलॉजिस्ट और कौशल विकास और उद्यमिता और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स प्रभाग को संभालने वाले राजीव चंद्रशेखर जी, राज्य के चीफ सेक्रेटरी राजकुमार जी, डीपीआईआईटी से राजेश कुमार सिंह जी, हायर एजुकेशन से मुकेश कुमार जी, बंछानिधि पानी जी, पंड्या जी, और नए भारत का मार्ग प्रशस्त करने वाले आप सब जो आज गुजरात में इकट्ठे हुए हैं और हमारे वाइब्रेंट गुजरात का जो कार्यक्रम गुजरात की बेहतरी के लिए यहां पर इंडस्ट्री आए और इंडस्ट्री के साथ साथ नए इन्वेस्टमेंट भी आए, इसके लिए 2003 से आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री मोदी साहब ने यहां पर जो मुहिम चालू की थी, आज पूरे भारत में वो रंग ला रही है। पूरे भारत के अंदर छोटे से स्केल पे चालू हुआ वाइब्रेंट गुजरात का प्रोसेस आज पूरे भारत के अंदर सभी राज्यों ने उसको एडॉप्ट भी कर लिया है। लेकिन इस बार हमने सोचा 2016 से चालू हुआ ये स्टार्टअप वाला जो इनोवेटिव आइडिया, दुनिया भर में इसकी बात, चर्चा और अमलीकरण भी चालू हो गया था। लेकिन 20वीं सदी तक यहां गुजरात और भारत में कहीं पर भी उसकी सोच नहीं रखी गई, नई नींव रखी गई। लेकिन आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री मोदी साहब का विजन और जो उसका ड्रीम था कि दुनिया के साथ चलना है, दुनिया की टेक्नोलॉजी, और टेक्नोलॉजी केवल दुनिया से आयात ना हो, यहां से टेक्नोलॉजी निर्यात भी हो, उस हिसाब से उन्होंने ये पूरा स्टार्टअप वाला जो कार्यक्रम था, जो आइडिया था, यहां भारत में रखा। और अब ये पूरे दुनिया के अंदर स्टार्टअप, क्योंकि टैलेंट हमारे यहां था, टैलेंट की कोई कमी नहीं थी, और यहां से बाहर जाने वालों की, अपना टैलेंट बाहर ले जाने वालों की कोई कमी नहीं थी। आज दुनिया भर से, और जब 2047 की 47 की बात होती है तो आप विश्वास रखिएगा, आदरणीय मोदी साहब ने जो विजन दिया है, जो दृष्टि दी है, जो रास्ता दिया है, दुनिया भर से गया हुआ टैलेंट और नया पैदा हुआ टैलेंट भी इंडिया को, नए भारत की सोच के लिए इंडिया में ही काम करेगा और दुनिया भर से लोग यहां आएंगे। वैसे तो ये पूरा माइंड टू मार्केट की गेम केवल कोई आइडिया को, रो आइडिया को, कच्चे आइडिया को पक्के आइडिया और मार्केटिंग तक ले जाने के लिए पूरा प्रोसेस पहले कहीं पर भी नहीं था। अगर आप सोच लो, अमेरिका में ही ऐसा एटमॉस्फेयर नहीं होता तो एलन मस्क भी नहीं होता, गूगल और ये फेसबुक भी नहीं होता। लेकिन आज अब हमारे भारत के अंदर ये पूरा एटमॉस्फेयर निर्मित हो गया है, और ये निर्माण के कारण आज दुनिया भर के और अपने भी जो टैलेंट है वो सब जुड़े जा रहे हैं। लेकिन उसमें बड़ा सा फैक्टर, वैसे तो पहले बहुत सारी, अब हमारे भारत के अंदर 20वीं सदी में बहुत सारी इन्वेस्टमेंट कंपनियां कहीं शेयर मार्केट में, कैपिटल मार्केट में इन्वेस्ट करती थी, कई बार तो रियल एस्टेट में इन्वेस्टमेंट करती है। अब समय आ गया है कि हमारे आइडिया पे इन्वेस्टमेंट करने वालों की भी तादाद और कंपनियां बननी चालू हो गई है। और अगले समय के अंदर हमारे टैलेंट पे, हमारे आइडियाज पे इन्वेस्टमेंट करने के लिए हमारे सूरत में डायमंड का बहुत बड़ा बिजनेस है। और सूरत में जो बिजनेस होता है उसमें डायमंड का पॉकेट का हराजी होता है, लेने वाला लेता है, लेके उसमें से सॉर्टिंग करता है, इसका ये मोल रहेगा, इसका ये मोल रहेगा और अच्छे से अच्छे माल के ये मोल रहेगा। ये स्टार्टअप भी ऐसा ही एक पैकेज है। उसमें हर स्टार्टअप की अलग अलग वैल्यू, अलग अलग मार्केट, अलग अलग मास तक पहुंचने की उसकी कैपेसिटी होती है। और उस हिसाब से इन्वेस्टमेंट कंपनियां उसमें इन्वेस्ट करेगी और सोच पाएगी कि भाई ये मार्केट का, ये आइडिया का इतना कद है, इतना लगाएंगे, इसमें इतना लगाएंगे, तो ये प्रॉफिट के लिए ही नहीं, लेकिन प्रॉफिट के साथ में अपनी कंपनी का भी ग्रोथ हो और उसमें कंपनी में भी लगाने वाले, पैसे लगाने वाले लोग, उसका भी ग्रोथ हो। इस तरफ से बड़ा विजन करके अब यहाँ भारत में भी म्यूचुअल फंड भी इसमें शामिल हो सकते हैं। अलग अलग जो कंपनीज जो निवेश करती है, ये निवेशकों का भी अलग ग्रुप बनके हमारे आइडियाज पे, हमारे टैलेंट पे इन्वेस्टमेंट करने की अब बारी और शुरुआत भारत में हो गई है। गुजरात ने तो वैसे जैसे ही आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री मोदी साहब ने जैसे ही वो स्टार्टअप वाला आइडिया दिया, तब से 3 बार तो हम पूरे भारत के अंदर ये इकोसिस्टम में पहले नंबर पे आए हैं। आज हमारे मुख्यमंत्री श्री ने कल आई हब का, स्टूडेंट स्टार्टअप इनोवेशन हब का इनॉग्रेशन किया और उसमें 500 जितने स्टार्टअप बैठ सके, काम कर सके, इन्वेस्टमेंट वाले भी काम कर सके, पूरा एक सिस्टम बना के ये इनोवेटर्स को दिया है, इन्वेंशन करने वालों को दिया है। मेरे हिसाब से ये बहुत बड़ा स्तुत्य पगला है। और उसमें राज्य सरकार ने जो इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है, ये निवेश केवल बढ़ोतरी के लिए नहीं, अपने टैलेंट के निवेश किया है, टैलेंट पे निवेश किया है। और कोई भी राज्य, कोई भी कंट्री जब टैलेंट पे निवेश करती है तो उस राज्य के डेवलप होने में, उस स्टेट को डेवलप होने में कोई भी उसको रोक नहीं सकता। आज आप सब नए भारत का मार्ग प्रशस्त करने वाले सब यहाँ पर इकट्ठे हैं, यहाँ पर सब मिले। कल धर्मेंद्र प्रधान साहब ने भी बहुत सारे इंटरेक्शन किए, आपसे भी आइडियाज मिले, आपसे भी कोई छोटी बड़ी कोई मुश्किल हो तो उसकी भी बात हुई और उसको हम पूरे ध्यान से उसको सुना भी है। और अगले समय में आपकी मुश्किल या कहीं कहीं छोटी छोटी हो तो उसके आसान करने के लिए हम आदरणीय मुख्यमंत्री श्री से भी बात करेंगे और उसको आसान करने के लिए नए तरीके भी खोज निकालेंगे। और आप सबको आज गुजरात में और गुजरात के पूरे टैलेंट को विश्व भर में छाया हुआ है, देश भर में छाया हुआ है, भारत का टैलेंट पर भी दुनिया में छाया हुआ है। और अब आगे की सोच, नए भारत की सोच में आप सबका योगदान बहुत अमूल्य रहेगा। आप सबका गुजरात में स्वागत है, इस कॉन्क्लेव में स्वागत है। और धबकते हुए, वाइब्रेंट बनते हुए गुजरात, वैसे तो ये 10वां वाइब्रेंट होगा और उसके प्री वाइब्रेंट ये पहला होगा कि स्टार्टअप को इंक्लूड किया है। और स्टार्टअप को बढ़ावा देने के लिए राज्य सरकार की बहुत सारी योजनाएं, बहुत सारे विचार लोगों के सामने रखे हैं। आप सब यहाँ पर उपस्थित हैं, आपका वेलकम करके फिर मैं अपनी बात को खत्म करता हूँ। धन्यवाद।
माननीय मंत्री श्री, आपके उत्साहपूर्ण संबोधन के लिए आपका भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। I would now request Minister of State for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship and Electronics and Information Technology of India, Shri Rajiv Chandrasekhar, to deliver his valuable speech.
The most dynamic and hardworking Chief Minister of Gujarat, Bhupinder Bhai Patel ji, my colleague Rishikesh Patel ji, my other colleagues from the Government of India and Government of Gujarat on the dais, ladies and gentlemen, friends from the media, thank you for inviting me to speak here today at this very impressive Startup Conclave 2023. I will add a little bit to what has already been said. I will start by sharing with you what I genuinely feel, that this is certainly one of the most exciting times in the history of independent India that we are living in. For those who are participants in the tech economy and the innovation economy, I can tell you that after 35 years of being in tech, I feel that this is the most exciting time for technology and innovation in India ever. I am particularly pleased to travel to Gujarat, as I do often, because there are so many path-breaking initiatives by the government of Gujarat that we are pleased to support and be a part of. Just a few weeks ago, I was here for the groundbreaking of India's first semiconductor packaging plant that is coming up in Gujarat. And here I am today celebrating the growth of the startup and innovation ecosystem today amongst all of you. I say it is an exciting time for India because look at how far our innovation ecosystem has grown since 2014. Look at how far our digital economy has grown since 2014. How these targets and ambitions that the Honorable Prime Minister set forth in 2015 when he launched Digital India has transformed qualitatively, quantitatively our economy, our innovation ecosystem, our position as a nation amongst the global community of nations, our position as transformed from being 3 decades of a consumer of technology to today being a producer of devices, products, platforms and solutions for the world. So what a remarkable transformation the last 9 years under Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has been. An economy that was dominated by a few groups and a few segments now is a highly diversified economy where the GDP, which is the fastest growing in the world, has a digital economy that is growing at 2.5 times the GDP, and we are certainly the fastest growing digital economy in the world as well. But the most important attribute of this transformation is the fact that today the Indian economy and India's growth and India's future is as much being architected by young Indians, their effort, their innovation, their determination, their hard work, as any other segment of the economy. It used to be that the Indian economy was dominated, as I said earlier, by a few conglomerates. And as they rose, the economy rose. As they fell, the economy fell. But our economy today, as the Honorable Prime Minister said from the ramparts of the Red Fort on August 15, 2022, the future of India will be the India decade, 10 years or a decade of technology opportunities. But most importantly, he said, this India decade, this new India, this Vikasit Bharat will be architected and built by young Indians from all over the country, including in Gujarat. To those who are participants in tech, and I see many of you here today who are startups, let me just share with you the rapid acceleration of the overall digitization of our economy, but also how opportunity-rich the environment has become. In 2014, the digital economy was 4.5% of the GDP. Today we are at 11% of GDP, and by 2026, the digital and innovation economy will account for 1/5, 20% of the GDP. In 2014, when we talked about the digital economy, we talked about IT and ITES. And here we are 9 years later, and we look at the landscape of opportunities, the opportunity-rich landscape, and you can see an Indian flag and an Indian startup in almost every segment of the tech ecosystem. Whether it is semiconductors, electronics, microelectronics, artificial intelligence, the Web3, high-performance computing, quantum computing, consumer internet, and of course, the continuing to grow IT and ITS segments. Every segment of the technology ecosystem and every segment of the innovation economy has Indian flags, and those flags are being held proudly by startups from all over the country, including in Gujarat. So I say, at no risk of being contradicted, the best times for startups, the best time for innovation is yet to come. And as the Honorable Prime Minister said in 2022, the India decade, the next decade, will be a decade of opportunities for Indian startups and young Indians. I understand there are many colleges and academic institutions represented today here, and to them I certainly want to point out the change role and the much more important role that academic institutions will play in the coming decade in this journey towards Viksit Bharat. And the best way I describe their new role is the following way. In my generation, when you looked at a college or a university or an academic institution and measured their performance, a college that was an outstanding college would consider themselves outstanding by saying, हमारे कॉलेज से 10 लोग गूगल यूएस में चले गए हैं, हमारे कॉलेज में से 5 लोग स्टैनफोर्ड में गए हैं, 3 लोग माइक्रोसॉफ्ट में चले गए हैं. The export of talent, creating talent and exporting talent was really the metric by which we measured performance of an academic institution. In today's day and in the coming decade, academic institutions will be measured by, and the high-performing academic institutions will be those that innovate and create an enabling environment for their students to become successful startups and successful entrepreneurs and contribute to the Indian digital economy. So I would urge every academic institution, especially the so many high-quality universities and colleges in Gujarat, to establish good, strong linkages with industry, good, strong linkages with research institutions, and create incubators and startup enabling ecosystems within their colleges and campuses. The next decade, as I said, and I'll quickly end, the next decade is certainly going to be a very exciting decade. For those in technology, it is the India decade. But more importantly, the last 9 years of transformation that the Honorable Prime Minister has done for India has freed all of us to pursue our dreams and succeed on our own without having any godfathers, without having any political connections or any other connections. That transformation is going to continue in even more catalyzed and accelerated manner in the India decade and will lead to this vision that the Honorable Prime Minister has placed in front of us of a Viksit Bharat, of a developed nation where young Indians will be simply playing a much more important role than ever before in the history of India. Again, I congratulate the government of Gujarat for organizing this very, very impressive startup conclave. To all of those who are participating here, who are already startups, to all of those who are studying today and who want to be startups, I say this is the best time ever for you to make your dreams a successful career, a successful startup, and a successful enterprise. Go ahead, go forward, fulfill your dreams, work hard, make yourself proud, make your family proud, make your state proud, and make your country proud. Thank you. Namaste. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir, for your highly informative address. The New India Vibrant Hackathon was organized and the colleges, institutes, schools all over the state and country took active participation, and they really worked hard to solve the problems of the real world challenges. आज माननीय मुख्यमंत्री एवं मंचस्थ विराजमान अतिथियों के हाथों से हैकाथॉन विनर्स को हम चेक एवं सर्टिफिकेट से पुरस्कृत करेंगे. Foremost would call on stage team leader and the team from Marwadi Education Foundation's group of institutions, Faculty of Technology. Their sector was Clean and Green Technology, and the problem title was Identification of Water Contamination Source of Surat Municipal Corporation. You can congratulate them with a big round of applause for their hard work. Next is the Government Engineering College, Valsad. Their sector was digitalization, and the problem title was Digital Platform for Irrigation Management. Congratulations. Next is Vishwakarma Government Engineering College, Ahmedabad. They worked for energy sector and the problem title was Humidity Controller, Dehumidifier for Panels and Cubicles. Next is Rathinam College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. They have worked in the health and sports sector, and their problem title was Mapping of Hereditary and Genetic History of Families Having Sickle Cell Anemia. Congratulations. I would now call upon one more time the Vishwakarma Government Engineering College, Ahmedabad, whose second sector was Logistics and Infrastructure, and the problem title was Sports Infrastructure Management. We'll now call A.V. Parekh Technical Institute, Rajkot, for their work in security sector, and the problem title was Criminal Profiling Using Open Source Intelligence Tools. We'll now call Chandigarh University team, and their sector was Smart Automation and Problem. Title was Mining Vehicles Tracking Using GPS. Congratulations. We now call Sri Swami Atmanand Saraswati Institute of Technology, Surat, who have worked in social impact, and their problem title is A Mobile App for Farmers of Navsari District, Technology Limra Vaghodia. This is all-girls team who worked on the empowering women's safety, utilizing GIS mapping for strengthening the 181 helpline in mega cities. Third time it is pleasure to call upon Vishwakarma Government Engineering College, Ahmedabad, who worked in smart education sector, and their problem title is Smart Evaluation and Recommendation System, Higher Secondary Studies. Next winner is the Vanita Vishram Women's University, Surat. It's all-girls team, and their problem title was Empowering Women's Safety, Utilizing GIS Mapping for Strengthening the 181 Helpline in Mega Cities.
And the last winner team is from Airport School, Ahmedabad. This school team has worked on the problem of activity monitoring of any person through multiple social media platforms like social networking sites and social media. Once again, we congratulate all the winners and best wishes for their bright future. Today, on the onset of the significant startup conclave, we will be declaring the investors' pitch winner and also will be distributing the checks and the letter of intent. In the august presence of Honorable Chief Minister Sir and other dignitaries, the investors will hand over checks and letters to the aspiring startups. We would like to let you know that total 146 crores of investment is done for the aspiring and bright startups. Foremost, we'll call Kathiawad Ventures to hand over the check of 1 crore to Pentest X. Congratulations. We'll now request Kathiawad Ventures to hand over the check to Wakalat worth rupees 1 crore. Congratulations. We will now request Kathiawad Ventures to hand over the check to AG Prop worth rupees 1 crore. We'll now request Kathiawad Ventures to hand over the check to Verister worth rupees 1 crore. We'll now request Kathiawad Ventures to hand over the check to SR Charging Stations worth rupees 1 crore. Thank you. We'll now request Real Time Angel Fund to hand over check to Culture X worth rupees 1.87 crore. We'll now request Real Time Angel Fund to hand over check to One Dios worth rupees 0.5 crore. Will now request Real Time Angel Fund to hand over a check to Magnum Technology Private Limited, House Easy, worth rupees 0.5 crore. Congratulations. Will now request Gujarat Venture Finance Limited to hand over a check to Ghost Kitchen worth rupees 10 crore. Will now request Gujarat Venture Finance Limited to hand over a cheque to EV5 worth rupees 5 crore. Will now request Gujarat Venture Finance Limited to hand over a cheque to DICE worth rupees 10 crore. Now it's time to hand over the letter of intent today. Foremost would call Kathiawad Ventures to hand over LOI to Ankpal Technologies worth rupees 0.5 crore. Would now call India Accelerators to hand over LOI to IG Drone worth rupees 2 crore. Would now request India Accelerators to hand over LOI to Calolytic worth rupees 1.5 crore. Would now request Shuru Advisory Private Limited to hand over LOI to Stroom worth rupees 1.5 crore.